You there, exiles, a moment of your time. As Venderi always says, hold on to your butts, because today I am giving you a bunch of eyeballs for you to go around and round and see whatever it is you want to see. Yes, I'm talking about the Abyssal Jewel Stacking CoC build. And as always, we're doing a Scions only, and this build has been one of my favorites. It has been a long time coming to make a video for you guys. The reason I love the build so much is because we are penetrating elemental resistances for 82% or above. So it just depends on how many eyes or how many balls you want to make or want to have, whatever it is. Anyway, so I really hope you enjoy what I have to offer for you. So this is the character. We are surrounded by the universe itself. Look at this. We got the sun, I don't know what this is, Pluto, and then Maven's thing. Okay, and these little greeny fiery things, they are spirit charges, and we got 19 of them. Even the turtle and the cat are floating around. We are quite essentially the center of the universe. But let's just actually see what this build is all about. The reason we have 19 of these spirit charges is because we have so many eyeballs going on. Our stats are pretty much like this: 97 on the level and 4696 life, 1843 mana, 851 ES. Pretty abysmal defenses. The resistance aren't even capped. I mean, kind of ish. 65% chaos is pretty good. Immune to ailments because we got purity of elements on. And let's see here, suppression 49% with lucky. So this build cannot take damage for shit. So we're going to die rather quickly. But as I always say, best defense is good offense. If we can kill the monsters first, we are good. Oh, by the way, and kill it from the edge of the screen as well. So the build has a lot of eyeballs on it. And what I mean by that is they are abyssal jewels, you know, like these guys. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So like these guys. And we're socketing them in all of our equipment. You can actually see how many of them just on the equipment alone. And we've got a bunch of it on the skill tree as well. So hang tight. We're going to take a look at each of them. But onto the equipment, we got some stars floating around as well. You know, look kind of fancy. We got a hail negator on the helmet, and it's a +1 maximum power charge on corrupted. We got a number of spirit charges because of this helmet, actually. And the number that we have right here, 19 spirit charges, is because we have 19 eyeballs on our character. So each one recovers 3% of life and energy shield. So basically 19 means like 57, I think. Yeah. So 57% of life and energy shield whenever we're taking a savage hit. And a savage hit is basically when you take 15% of your maximum life as damage. Well, that's actually a wrong way to put it. A hit that removes at least 15% of maximum life. So if it removes 15% of your energy shield, that doesn't count. Alright? Or even if it removes all of your energy shield, it doesn't count. It has to remove life. Okay? But, you know, we don't have as much ES as we wanted to. I mean, like, you know, sure, whatever, like, but we got 4696 on the live, which has been halved from our reservation. So essentially 2720. Well, that's not low life, actually. Effectively, we only have 2348. Okay, so that's from petrified blood. All right, so a little bit of kind of like survivability, just making sure that we don't always get one shot. This build at least can survive lightning mirage, even though our lightning resistance is only 71%. I took a hit from a tier 17 lightning mirage and I would not die, even without spell damage suppression. Because, well, 1, we got petrified blood, and 2, the recovery is making it possible. Okay, so I tested it. It only works when we have a bunch of spirit charges though, because like if you take one hit from that lightning mirage, the second hit kills you instantly, pretty much. Well, I mean, at least, you know, it's like not like a surprise way to go. Like at least you get like a warning for you to step away, or flame dash, just to kind of like, you know, get out of trouble. The chest piece, a 3 Abyss, Shout of the Lightless. And we got 3 of the eyeballs over here. So each of the eyeball gives us 4% elemental penetration. And also 3% max life, 3% maximum mana as well. So, the more we stack our eyes, the better for the build. And we got the 2 fists with maximum frenzy charges on the corrupt. The mods on the gloves, the ones that say murderous eye, jewel socket, intimidate enemies for sure, whatever. The maim is actually pretty nice because we're doing a cold spell build, so the maim slows them down, and the chill slows the enemy down, and our merc actually does the temporal chain as well. So everything slows everyone down. Alright, even bosses are slow. So we have a bunch of time to react to whatever mechanics they're doing, unless of course we have maps that say a monster's action speed cannot go below the base value, for example. So there's that. We got the 2 eyes as well, and of course we are socketing them with the searching eye and murderous eye just to kind of get the mods to work, okay? The intimidate is whatever, but the searching eye for sure is great. It would be better if we have another searching eye mod that says blind, because we are kind of an evasion build, although evasion is also dog shit on this character. Yeah, only 16%, but the more the better. I mean, a bonus is still a bonus, so I don't mind that. I'll take it any day. We got the belt, 99% increase effect. This was dropped, so it's pretty good. Okay, a bunch of eyeballs going on, and I will explain what kind of what is the best stats you want on one of the eyeballs, okay? And of course, the unique 2 Abyss boots. Okay, so we got the reduced duration of element ailments, but we have purity of elements, so that doesn't matter. The increased movement speed is fine. I mean, I would love to get 32%, but it is what it is. What matters is we get the increased reservation efficiency of skills at 23%. Okay, so that's pretty good. But that increased reservation efficiency only comes on when we are affected by a unique Abyss jewel. And it is actually right here. I mean, it doesn't have to be here, but I just put it here for reasons, okay? And it's a murderous eye, just to get our main hand critical strike chance up, to get our crit to at least 91%. I mean, I would love to get 100, but I would have to stack more red eyes, which don't really help, with our offensive stats. I mean, there's global crit multi and crit chance, but then, we're gonna have to find resistances and so on and so forth. Why find resistances when you can just skyrocket the damage? Pretty much it. All the abyssal equipment. And then, of course, we got our generic ring. The key here is to get our minimum frenzy charges, because those can actually give you a lot of damage. Alright? And, some other generic stats, resistances, elemental, life, ES, so on and so forth. We can have the minus mana cost as well. I actually might just want to get mana cost on here too, just so that we can trigger our spells more efficiently. In maps it's fine because we got some mana on kill as well, and there's a lot of monsters we have mana on hit. But on bosses, sometimes the mana go out, especially when our skills can sometimes don't trigger cooldowns, okay? So we got our necklace as well, and +1 to all cold skill gems, and some global crit. Increased damage while leeching, because we're leeching health all the time. Leeching mana as well, okay? So, Petrified Blood prevents our health from going up from half-life. So it stays there pretty much, and you're always leeching unreserved life, okay? So, that's pretty cool. And the Anoint is going to be the Overcharge, which is a maximum power charge to the left of the skill tree. And just to top it off, we've got some very, very general flasks, except for the Bottle of Faith. I mean, we don't really need this, but it's always better to have it, alright? And then we got the Silver Flask, Diamond Flask, and Quicksilver Flask. Alright? Cool. So with the flasks, all the critical chance is 100%. Okay, so no matter it's attack or spells, it's always 100. Without the flask, our attack is at 91% crit. But the spell, since it's our IceSpear, IceSpear second form is always 100% critical chance. Well, on here, alright? I'm not saying it's like the skills feature, but it just has 600% increased critical strike chance, or 6 times of the base. Okay? So, it's pretty cool. Anyway, our weapon though. This is probably like one of the craziest weapons that I've ever crafted. So, just for you to understand, I am not a good crafter whatsoever. I am so shit at crafting. I actually had to get some help to get this to work. And they actually took me to Craft of Exile to try on the emulator and see what happens when you do this and that, blah blah blah. So, you know, the rolling essence for spell damage and CoC on a Shaper Sword, that's cool. But then, like, where do I go from there? Do I go to the Harvest Craft and just like roll crit? No, because then the prefixes will change. Well, how about if I add some like, let's say, a prefix cannot be changed? Well, if you want hits can't be evaded, you kind of have to like craft something on the prefix so that it doesn't get added. Okay, so yeah, there's a bunch of rules that I wasn't aware of, and I actually lost a bit of currency to kind of like get my sword correct. I have another one that, you know, wasn't quite as good. Isn't quite as good, but I mean, this will do for now, okay? I mean, it could have been better, but I'm gonna need probably 200 divines at least to kind of like get it right, because we're gonna slam veiled exalted orbs, okay? But I mean, that's a question for later, okay? We get the quality increases crit chance instead of physical damage because we don't need that, alright? And just to say though, our offhand is the Quill Rain with the greater multiple projectiles of Frenzy, okay? Why do we need Frenzy? Why do we shoot Frenzy? We don't need to generate Frenzy because we have 4 minimum Frenzy charges. Our Frenzy generation creates a power charge instead, and we are going to take a look at the skill tree right about now. So this is what it looks like, and the reason we use Frenzy to generate power charge is because of this bad boy over here. This is the star of the build. Inner Conviction from Dominus Timeless Jewel, okay? Grants power charges instead of Frenzy charges, but also 3% more spell damage per power charge. I would love to get more power charge though, but it's going to take a lot of money to kind of like get there. Okay, I don't even know how to craft one of those things. Like, it's probably from the synthesis mod, and oh my god, like, let's just stop there for a second, okay? Like, this is getting out of hand. But I mean, there's this thing, Militant Faith, okay? And it took some searching on POB to get the one that I wanted. Well, not exactly, because the mods over here say increased elemental damage for sure, but our area damage, now we don't really use that. However, we can use this jewel for some other spell builds that use AoE. So, you know, this will definitely be put on recycle. So, IceSpear is in fact elemental, but it isn't area. 8,257 to get the nodes over here to be what I want, which are minimum endurance charge, minimum frenzy charge, and minimum frenzy charge. I don't think I ever found the 3 minimum frenzy charges. Maybe there is one, but I don't know. We'll see. If I could find 3 minimum frenzy charges on like these couple nodes, sure. I mean, I would love to get the critical strikes over here back, but it is what it is for now. Alright, we have the rune graft as well, 20% chance for skills to not consume a cooldown. So we got also a standard Scion setup since we're doing Scions only again. Unnatural Instinct, with an empty corruption sadly. We just get a bunch of these nodes as well as some like elemental resistances, the block is sure, whatever. We get some movement over here and damage, sure, but most importantly, we're getting devotion on each of these nodes. Some attack speed, live resistances, skill duration, projectile damage, 90 devotion, okay? So the more devotion we can get, actually the better damage we'll do. So increased elemental damage and area damage, okay? So this definitely going to be put up on recycle. And this guy is just another eyeball that I feel like, okay, let's just put it here, why not? Oh yeah, by the way, this is like the kind of eyeball that I'd like to use. Maybe the roll isn't perfect, but we've got, damage spells while wielding a two-handed weapon and global crit multi. So this is great. I mean, life, sure, that's a plus. So, always welcome. But we don't really need it as far as I'm concerned. We just got a bunch of eyeballs sticking together everywhere in the build. We're grabbing criticals. And this thing is 50% increased effect on non-damaging elements you inflict with critical strikes. So we're doing critical strikes all the time, and we do in fact inflict the chill and shock. So increased effects on those definitely help boosting our DPS and CC so much. Okay, and just some crit chance, crit multi, some other eyeball. This isn't great by the way, but we're gonna actually have to find another one, even if there's one available on sale, right? I'm actually hoarding eyeball all over my body right now. There's another one right there, okay? And spamming maximum power charge, a bunch of crit and stuff. Suppress just so we don't, die all the time. Like, at least we have, some form of escape. With Lucky over here. And of course, pay attunement, we're doing low life. Another eyeball. What else over here? The cluster, by the way, alright? Elemental damage area is whatever. Elemental resistances damage, and the sadist node that gives us increased elemental damage per the elemental ailments we've inflicted recently. Just to mind you though, this doesn't work with Secrets of Suffering because we're gonna be sapping, brittling, and scorching instead. So I was thinking about doing the interrogation Secrets of Suffering as well, but yeah, it just doesn't work that way. So yeah, we just ended up getting the 2 crits instead. So deal double damage, crit chance, crit and crit damage, basics of pains and pressure points. Very standard for crit build. And then, some of the eyeballs, still not the best one, but not the worst. This is actually okay, the rolls aren't even good, the other one was actually better, but it is what it is for now. We got our cold, tree over here, some penetration, so 6% is whatever, we're actually penetrating 82% on the cold, and 76 on fire and lightning. So, we're doing great so far. Alright? The cold mastery is actually pretty cool. Plus 1 level to our cold skill gems. I think before this mastery was a cold exposure or something, but no, not anymore. At the downside of having minus 30 fire resistances, but we just, try to make sure we find extra fire resistances on the jewels all over our body. And some power charges, damage per charge. All the charges and, all these, we know the drill. And we got the life over here, power charge, another eyeball. Yeah, this isn't even good. We have the spells while dual wielding. It doesn't even work. But again, we're gonna have to go look at the market and see what we can buy. Okay? Here's the thing though, there's a bunch of eyeballs on the market, but they're way expensive. And I don't think it's just worth the divines to go into right now. We'll wait and see, because these eyeballs do drop all over the place. And of course, that is our one annoyance. Okay, so there you have it. Oh, by the way, we're actually tattooing projectile speed on each of these guys. Okay, oh, not there, but yeah, so the more projectile speed we have, actually the sooner our IceSpear second form is going to take effect, because IceSpear considers the amount of distance it travels before changing to to second form, I'm sorry. So, if we look at the skill explanation over here, okay? After traveling a short distance, they change to a second form. So, it's saying distance, not duration, okay? So, the sooner it travels across the distance, the quicker it changes to second form. And this was tested by getting the speed shrine buff. It makes your projectile speed way faster as well. And at that point, we just became like a Gatling gun, like Terminator Rambo, doing all the pa-pa-pam stuff, you know what I mean? Alright, anyway, one last thing though. The Watcher's Eye, this, again, isn't perfect, but it works, okay? Consecrated ground you create while affected by zealotry causes enemies to take 10% increased damage. So where do we get zealotry? Well, from our merc. Okay, so we don't have zealotry. We get a flask charge when you deal critical strike while affected by precision. It's good. Crit multi could be good also, but like, come on, man. Our crit multi is 660% without all the power charges, but with everything, okay? I think it's in POB 7 something. And then the IceSpear changes to second form. We get another 92% crit multi, so we're like hitting 800, you know. So 25% crit multi is like, whatever, like sure, why not, you know. Anyway, our skill setup is pretty much like this. So we got Mark on Hit, Assassin's Mark, and Sigil Power, okay? No more space for duration, whatever. We got Petrified Blood, Precision. I mean, the quality hasn't been done yet, so you know, it is what it is. Arrogance, just to support with Herald of Ice to get our health pretty much all the way halfway down here. I mean, Petrified Blood is making sure that we are reserved, we were not recovering life more than half other than from blasts, right? So we're just using Herald of Ice just to make sure we get some benefits out of that as well. We got Flame Dash to get out of trouble, Purity of Elements, and the star of the skill link system is in here, okay? So we got Lance and Steel spraying because projectiles pierce all targets and we don't need to use Call of Steel. GMP, Hypothermia. So that actually makes a lot of sense because we are doing so much cold damage and enemies are chilled all the time. And you know, I don't know if some of these have awakened, but I'm gonna go look at the market and see what happens, okay? But it's so good, it freezes a lot of monsters, uniques alike as well. I mean, some bosses, like map bosses, maybe not pinnacle bosses, but goddamn, it's so powerful, okay? Crit damage and power charge on crit. I mean, we don't need the power charge on crit, but we do want the more spell damage per power charge. And why are we using this? Why do we not use any other skills that will help? Well, I would love to, okay? I would love to play 2 different skills, okay? But first of all, our mana keep up isn't good. Our mana upkeep, I'm sorry. Yeah, mana upkeep isn't good, so I'm just doing that for more damage instead. And, you know, 7 power charges, you know, 28% more damage, that's alright. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, still would have loved to get more power charge. And of course, IceSpear. Sometimes what I do in maps is this. Using IceSpear of splitting and IceSpear just kind of like farm maps. And by the way, even though they are different skills, even of different kinds, but saying IceSpear, the game considers them to be the same type and therefore shares a cooldown. Okay? So they share a cooldown. When one of them goes up, the other does as well. I did try something like, let's say, what is it? Freezing Pulse? Okay? And I mean, it does work. Okay? So 2 skills are going up on different cooldowns, and I could see that totally. But then our mana just disappears quite instantly. Okay? So, I mean, there's gonna be some point in time where my skills won't even trigger. So that's kind of a bummer, okay? So, like, I'd rather have, like, more consistent damage and just boost that up. Okay? So it is what it is. Again, we don't have the mana over here to kind of like make sure the mana upkeep is, you know, catching up with our mana spends. But, you know, it's damage, okay? Even though area damage doesn't work, again, we can kind of like recycle that, and especially we got the frenzy charges on here and everything. We're going to have so much fun trying to create some other AoE spell builds, alright? Or AoE elemental spells. And also, one last thing is the ascendancy. We're just grabbing Deadeye, for sure, because we have an extra projectile, tailwind, and gain a frenzy charge while moving, but we're gaining power charge instead because of that, right? So, you know, it's nice to have some kind of like power charge sustainability while moving without attacking, okay? And of course, we have the assassin, which gives us a bit more crit chance. Got some power charge on crit, that doesn't really matter. Elusive doesn't matter. Damage from critical strikes cannot be reflected, so if we can somehow find a way to always make sure we get 100% crit chance, we will not take any reflected damage, okay? But yeah, that's pretty much the entire skill tree. So right now, what we're gonna be doing is a City Square tier 16.5, okay? And yeah, this is the mods and everything. Quantity 136. We are farming Harvest, Titanic of Legend for sure, like, Elder, why not? Scared of the risk. We can actually get a little bit more risky if we want to, but I don't want to do that, alright? Titanic Scare Up to make, more increased, like, rarity and everything. And because City Square has a lot of unique bosses, I mean, there are 3 of them, right? And the Elder, I mean, if we're lucky, we're getting the portals, which are unique monsters as well, right? And, just so you know, this is our Atlas tree at the moment, farming some settlers and, harvest and everything. Okay, here we go. Oh, I miss Xana. Okay, here we go. You can kind of like, if we want to shoot to get power charges without bow. Alright, the skill doesn't want to load up. Alright, there it... Oh, wow, there it is. There it is, the Wildwood. Oh man, the texture isn't loading. This is the first time I turned the computer on for today, so... Excuse me. So just so you know that I might die at any time because, again, the build isn't tanky at all. And we're just like shooting stuff before we even see it. But this method is going to be bad when we find a map that has no regen, okay? And that way we're gonna have to kind of like reserve our bullets a little bit because, we can't just always reload. Alright, I just want to get out of here now. Oh, we got some Beyond going on. Oh, that's not the end. Oh, yes. A unique monster is more tough because of our scarabs as well. I don't wanna die, I don't wanna die. Oh? Oh my god. Okay. Purple and yellow, okay. And there we go. Okay, so actually I just want to take this time to kind of explain what my merc has. Okay, so we got the a bunch of curses going on. And all of these equipment, the effect of non-curse auras, and the curse explosion and everything. We got zealotry over here. This is still her own shit, so we don't even care. Zealotry over here, zealotry over here as well. And more zealotry over here, like we don't even care what's underneath, we just want the aura effect. Zealotry again, like this thing doesn't even make sense, but zealotry does. So, there we have it, okay? And of course, the merc has despair. I mean, it doesn't even make sense still, and we don't even have multiple curses, so sometimes she does mess up our assassin's mark, but the mark card hit, just make sure it comes back in a few moments later. Void Spheres gives us a little bit more crowd control, and we don't care for shit about damage at all. Alright? Alright, let's go. See what we got. Quantity, cool. I like quantity. Yeah, soul eater going on over here. Alright, what is this? Quantity, alright, there we go, let's go. Alright, we want big bat now. A fat bat. Hey! Hey, what the hell? Okay, we're gonna come back to that later for sure. Holy cow. Didn't expect that. Quantity of items, let's see here. Chilled ground, very good. Let's go. We don't care because we've got purity of elements. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my god, we're getting a bunch of, things going on. Alright, sure, why not? What? Are you serious? Oh! Additional divine orb on this? Oh my goodness, holy cow, let's freaking go! Oh my god, Alright, let's come back for this later, huh? I swear to God, I never had a divine pillar. This is the first. And the question is, will it drop at all? It should, right? It should. One? Two? That's two already. Gosh, what the hell? I don't want this map to end. I don't want it to end, please. No. Alright, I think we still got a bit more. Let's go. Let's get the best out of this thing. Amber Scarab, we're gonna come back here for the crater anyway. Come on, give me more, give me more. Gosh, I can't read the thing. Alright, we're gonna take that. Oh, come on, man. That can't be all. We still got top left. Come on, more divines, please. Oh, and the harvest as well. Very nice. So in total, we got 221 quantity of items. Come on, I need more. There it is! There it is! Is there any more? Is there any more? Gosh! I'm just glad it wasn't at the end of the map. Two monsters left. Oops. I hope this one gives me a divine. Nope. I guess not. Alright, Mr. Merc. I hope he doesn't kick my ass. He probably does, though.
I have nothing more to give.
Whatever.
Spineless creature.
Yep. See what I'm talking about when I say this build can't take damage for shit. So let's look at harvest.
This way, exile. Don't let it make a mess.
That's where we lay our sigil power down and just boom. And the reason we have to move around is because sometimes there are scorpions digging the hole to us. We definitely don't need that. Of course, the blue is more expensive. Blueberries. Oh my god. Or at least I didn't die. Oh man. I was hoping for another one. But this'll do. This'll do. Is that it? Well, at least I hope we got the shield to Svalin. Like, the price is skyrocketing now. Are you kidding? What? What? What is this? Is it like a known bug or something?
Crave this! Show me what you've got. Let's test your resolve.
Alright, bring it on. I kind of actually want to test if I can get one shot from that though, but let's not do that.
You fight well. Partake
Let's go.
of this bounty.
This bounty? No! No! Well, at least though we got 4 defiances from the thing, but hey. That is so much of a letdown. Yeah. 221 increased quantity, 182 rarity. I mean, it's pretty good for one person, right? Has to be, right? Yeah, anyway, that was the build. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did, and we'll see you next time before PoE 2 starts. LadyRev out.